Very good evening. I see a good bunch of people have already joined in. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the free masterclass of Coding Invaders. And yes, we are going to discuss something very interesting today that is directly from our Microsoft expert. And today's session is going to be an amazing session for all of you because we're going to discuss a lot more interesting stuff, which will be an eye opener for you. All right. So I'm very much excited about this particular masterclass. All right. And I'm very much grateful that you guys have figured out your time in this particular evening and giving to our coding invaders. So I'll make sure that I will make this particular session every single minute a most interesting and the valuable session for you so that you can take the maximum value out of us. All right. So before I start, guys, I just wanted to check with you once again that if you guys can see me or hear me well. If yes, then just give a thumbs up in the chat section or yes in the chat section. I'll get a clarity that yes, I can start this webinar for sure. All right. So guys, if you guys can see me or hear me well, then definitely I'll start this particular webinar. So I'm just waiting for the comments. I can see that Pranshu, Surendran, Sumit Kumar, Mohit is saying yes, Saurabh Pandey is saying yes, and Albina, Mihir, Rohit, Sumit, Pranshu, Alan, Mohammed, Santosh, yes. So everybody's saying that they can see me or hear me well. That's very interesting. That's very nice. Thank you so much for cooperating, guys. So what exactly we're going to do in this particular masterclass? We are going to discuss how you can earn or build a salary of 20 lakh per annum, a career which can give you 20 lakh per annum, right? In the data science field without having technical background. What I mean by technical background, it means you don't have any engineering background, you don't know the C of coding or something like that. Okay, no tech background. Okay, you're from a non-IT background or you're a non-IT working professional. So you will learn how you can make your career like this in this particular masterclass. All right. So I know you must be having a lot of questions. I know already you must be thinking that I am from this background, I'm from that background, I have this much year of gap. I know. So keep your questions ready because we're going to have the Q&A session as well. Okay, so we're going to discuss that also. So keep your questions with you, and I have some surprise for you. So yes, if you are watching me right now, I have some surprise for you as well. I'll come to the point, but before that, let me tell you about myself. My name is Amir Akhtar, and I'm a career consultant. I have helped more than 200 plus people in finding a job in IT as a data analyst. I have total 5 years of experience in tech. So why I'm telling you about myself is just because I have gone through a multiple challenges and I've helped more than 200 plus people. So they have the certain challenges like, um, is it safe or secure or not? Or I don't know even the C of coding. Is it genuinely possible for me or not? I am not a good mathematics guy. Is it possible for me to do all this? So I know what a fresher face a problem, what a working professional face a problem, what a 30 plus year person face a challenges when it comes to switching from a non-IT to an IT field as a data scientist. All right. So we're going to discuss all of that, and I would be much able to you know relate with your problems. All right, so this is about me. If you want to connect with me, if you want to talk to me, if you want to have some questions already in your mind and want to discuss with me, here's my Instagram link. You can reach out to me for sure. I would love to help you all because it gives a pleasure, it gives a motivation to me when I see somebody who is growing in their life just because of a small guidance that a coding invaders is providing. All right, so here's my link. If you want to connect, you can connect with me for sure. Moving ahead, so let's understand each other, guys. Can you just tell me that from which city and what age you are from, like basically you're having, so that I have age demographics idea, so that accordingly I'll be deriving the whole webinar for all of you. Okay. So Vamshi Krishna Vingla is saying that, but nobody shows right route. I cannot say like nobody. Yes, some people say shows the right route and you will find it over here and you are at the right place. So just watch it till the end, you will get an idea. So I can see the people from Bangalore, Ujjain, and 25, 23. So I can see a good bunch of people from 20 to 30 age, and they are from all over the India. And I can see the poll on the screen as well. So I can see that almost more than 70% plus people are from 20 to 30. It means that people, some of you are final year students, some of you are working professionals. All right, I got a better understanding. Thank you so much, guys, for cooperating and giving me an idea about from where you are. So I have got an understanding. So definitely I'm going to make sure that you get the things what you are expecting over here. So why we are doing this particular masterclass? So we are conducting this masterclass in support of our data science course from Coding Invaders. The speciality of this particular data scientist course is it is 80% practical and, 1500 assignments and 10 real projects, which makes your portfolio so strong that you crack the interviews and in the first attempt itself. All right. So to crack the interviews, you need to be very strong with your projects, case studies in the portfolio, and that's how you attract the recruiter and prove your worth. And you will be finding 93% of placement rate in this particular course from a Coding Invaders. We will discuss more on this at the end of this particular masterclass. But yes, to all the people who are interested in knowing the pricings, the price was 11,190 and the current cost is 7,800. Just because you are watching me and we have an amazing guest speaker, just because of that, you will be getting 30% discount. I'm not selling you anything. I'm just giving you an information. The link is there in the chat section. If you want to have a free counseling call to understand the job guarantee part, you can definitely enroll into a job guarantee batch. You will get an agreement as well. So it's a safe and secure. So whatever the questions and the doubts you have, you want to check your eligibility criteria, how exactly this job guarantee thing works, how legit it is, how safe it is. For that, I know that you must be having a lot of questions, a lot of platforms are promising the same, but still you can have this free counseling call right now. The form is there in the chat sections. You can reach out. Definitely you will get an idea. Moving on, if I'll talk about the Coding Invaders, who we are basically, the Coding Invaders is a platform, is an edtech platform which help all non-tech professional people in upskilling so that they get high paying IT jobs as a data science. Okay, so you will find over here that more than 22,000 students are already studying with us. 100 plus company train their employees with us because that's the primary reason we have more than 100 plus hiring partners, due to which our placement rate is very much high. All right, and we have more than 90% plus employment rate. Why? Because our career service team is so strong that we schedule at least 10 to 15 interviews for one students, and that's how they qualify it. Why? Because in the worst case situation they crack at least one, and their multiple rejections gives them an idea how to give best in the coming interviews. All right, so that's a brief introduction about the Coding Invaders. Now let's understand why you joined this particular masterclass. I'm sure you joined this for something new to, if you want to learn, but still there's a three options I'm putting on your screen. Okay, are you here in this particular masterclass just to listen what exactly is going on, or if you're the one who's just trying to study, if you are the one who wants to study and looking for the courses, then you can comment down that also. And if you're already studying and wanted to expand your horizon, then you can choose the third options. All right, so I can see in the poll section that more than 60% plus people are actually wanted to enter into an IT and looking for the courses. That's interesting. Good to know that. And I can see that 18% people are already into an IT and studying and wanted to expand their horizon. That gives me a very clear idea that what sort of audience is sitting and what you guys are expecting. So I'll make sure that I'll derive the whole webinar in such a way so that you get a maximum output from it. All right. Now coming to the most important part, that what you will learn today. So you will learn why data science is so much in demand. Okay, why it is so much over discussed thing, why everybody's talking about it. You will understand that what data scientist people do every single day, whenever whatever what sort of a job or what sort of task they go through. All right, and what sort of skills a data scientist has and what skills is needed so that you can also become a data scientist. Okay, so we're going to discuss all these things in a much detailed way in the from very scratch level so that everybody could understand that. All right, and in this particular special occasion of Kudi Pavada specifically, what exactly we are going to do, that we are giving away one premium data scientist course of Coding Invaders, which promises job guarantee, that too for free. One of you who is watching me right now can win this particular premium course which promises job guarantee, that too for free. And this contest has started just right now. The link is there in the chat section, and this contest is going to end in just 30 minutes. And I will share my screen and I'll choose one random person and I'll enroll him into a job guarantee batch right in front of you. So if you want to try your luck, definitely you can try your luck over here. The link is there in the chat section. Let me see how many people have participated, and just after that I will definitely start this particular masterclass. I'm sure you are excited about it. So without wasting any much time, guys, just use this link which is there in the chat section, fill it up, and let me know if you are done. Just say, Amir, I'm done, I'm ready, and then I'll bring the guest speaker and we can talk about it. All right. So let me just see how many people have already participated in the contest, and then we can definitely start. So I can see a good bunch of people are already participating. I'll share my screen so that you guys can see. I can see, let me see how many people have participated. So I can see, if you guys can see my screen. So the numbers are increasing. People are participating very fast. Let's cross, at least let's touch 200, because I can see more than 200 plus people are watching right now. So it's very much important. So guys, hurry up, participate in this contest, because one of you will get a chance to win this particular premium course of data scientist, that too for free. And what happens last time is the people who were registering at the end were winning the game. So you never know when your luck will work. So it's very much important to participate. And if you're watching, utilize the max out of it. All right. So I can see the people are participating. I can see the numbers are increasing very much faster. So that's very nice. Okay. So anybody else who feel that the link is not working, or if you think that you have not registered yet, go register. I'll give you 20 more seconds. So the link is there in the chat section. I'll keep on, sending you the links. Okay. So that you should not miss it, because this particular contest is going to end in just 30 minutes. The numbers are increasing fast. We have to touch 200 so that we get a motivation to start this particular webinar. So I can see the numbers are increasing fast. We have already crossed 100. That's really interesting. Anybody else who's left? So go, please participate. So it's 6:42 now. I'll wait for 1 2 more minutes and I'll see how exactly we need to start. All right. So I can see 100 people have already participated. There's some people who are saying that I am 40 and all. Okay, that's really nice. Age is not a problem over here. Okay. Anybody else who's left, or everybody's done? So I can see more than 200 plus people are there. That's really nice. That's really nice. So hurry up, guys. If you are confused, you are wondering what exactly this slide is all about. So I have promised one thing, that I have started one contest. Okay, in this particular contest, one of you will get a chance to win the premium data analyst, data scientist course, that too for free. Okay, which promises job guarantee. All right. So just after 8 or 9 months, you will be able to apply in multiple, in multiple places, in multiple companies, and you can choose which offers to choose. You won't believe, there was one of the alumni who just joined the, I guess in yesterday's webinar, he was there in the Q&A session. When I asked him that how many companies offer you got, so he mentioned British Petroleum, he mentioned Infosys, he mentioned Deloitte, he mentioned, uh, I guess, 4 to 5 companies he mentioned, and he was from a non-tech background, and he became a Power BI developer by doing our course. So that was an interesting part. Maybe if I'll get a chance, definitely I'll bring a guest speaker as well in the Q&A session, so that you can directly talk to our alumni and ask all the questions whatever you want to ask. So okay, without wasting any much time, I'll definitely going to start this particular master class. Okay, so are you guys done with your registrations? Probably you can fill it later also, but still, if you haven't registered yet, please register, because just after 30 minutes, we're going to announce the winner. All right. So without, so I just got a message from Akash. Okay. Someone saying that, okay, they want to bring the guest speaker. All right. So if you are eagerly waiting for that, so please welcome our guest speaker, Ms. Neha Jain. She is a data science engineer at Microsoft and educational mentor. Hi, Neha.
Hello, hi.
Happy to see you, Neha. So as you can see, the good number of people have already waiting for you, and they are texting me that, we don't want to listen you. We want, please bring our guest speaker so that we can listen. So I'll just pass on the mic to you so that you can tell about yourself, how exactly your background is, your qualification background, so that we can relate with you.
Sure. So, hello everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. And I'm Neha Jain, and I'm currently working as a data scientist at Microsoft. And if I simply put in simple words, my job is simply to use the data to solve problems and make informed decisions. They are very myths like what does a data scientist do? So, in simple terms, as I mentioned, that it's like using the data to solve the problems. That is a simple definition which I usually uh, tell my students or in different individuals to explain about the term data scientist. So
Mhm.
my work, so if it comes to my work involves a bit of coding and computer programming, as
Mhm.
I use different software tools, let's say Power BI, SQL,
Mhm.
to manipulate and analyze data. And I also spend a lot of time cleaning and organizing the data to make sure that it is accurate and useful. Because as we know nowadays, without data, nothing is possible. And with a lot of data comes a lot of like malformed data, or there is a lot of corrupted data as well. So like since we want to like go and bring in the new decision which the businesses can use to derive and take important decisions. So
Mhm.
how can we provide them? Definitely data cleaning is required, so wherein a lot of time is uh, as a data scientist go into. And personally I believe that data is the powerful tool that can help us
Mhm.
solve complex problem and create a better future for any organization. So
Understood. Understood.
and like if I talk about my educational background, I completed my bachelor's from a tier 3 college. So
Mhm.
it's not like I got like I was from any NIT or IIT college. I started and completed my engineering from a tier 3 college. And
Mhm.
then I started my first job was with the to the new as a
Mhm.
data scientist, wherein I got to explore different fields. As in data scientist, you might have heard there are different fields, let's
Mhm.
say NLP, computer vision, and
Mhm.
working with structured data, recommender system, which on YouTube we like. There are there anything we use today is machine learning based, so to say. So
Mhm.
machine learning aka data scientist, one and the same term that we use. So I started my journey with to the new, then like as on like improvised on my skills, and then I got a chance to get interviewed at Microsoft, and therefore from 2021 I'm currently working with Microsoft.
Understood. Understood. That's really great, and I can see a good jump in your career. That is from tier three directly to the new, then coming to the Microsoft. So was it like easy, or was it like a tough? Like, I mean, it looks easy, but I know it's not easy. So can you just tell our audience that how tough it was, or how easy it was for you?
I won't say it's tough, so to say. Like, see, definitely, like, there are many individuals out, like, working hard to be at top FANG companies, so to say.
Mhm.
But if you have a structured plan or a
Mhm.
mentor who is helping you during the career path, so
Mhm.
definitely, like, you can be there as well.
Understood.
So that's
Understood.
my take on that. So create a structured plan, as someone pointed out, like in the chat section as well. No one is there to show you the correct route
Mhm.
to that. So if you get that route, I guess I definitely like it will help you to crack things out.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you so much for this detailed, introduction. We got a pretty much understanding, and I feel that most of us will be finding relevant to what educational background Neha has. So let's discuss more and dive into more and understand that what exactly the best thing about being a data scientist. As I have understood with your explanation that you play with data, you try to make some sense out of data, and on that basis, organization or business take decision. But still, like. What is the best thing you like about being a data scientist? Because see, for me, like sometimes I feel that maybe look, if I just look at you, so I feel that you must be very busy, or your job must be very hectic, because you're a data scientist, you're wearing specs, and so it feels like something which is very tough thing that you are doing right now. So can you just make us understand that what is exactly the cool about being a data scientist, and yeah, so that it gets a good message to all the people that yes, it is doable.
Sure. So, like coming to like being a hectic and see everything that you do on a day-to-day basis, it
Mm-hmm.
becomes when you do it on a regular basis, you become used to that of work. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but to start off, what I suggest is you must have a structured plan, so to say. And
Mm-hmm.
there are four facts that I would like to bring up, like why data scientist is being the best in trend nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Because the average salary of a fresher of a data scientist in India is around 10 to 12 lakhs. And as we know, like an inflation, like it's very hard to beat, like and survive. So like being data scientist and as we are entering the digital world, we know that there's lot of data we are generating on a daily basis. So
Mhm.
companies are using this data to get insights, and who will help the companies to get those insights? Obviously the data scientists. So as we see the facts and the stats, we come to know that there are over 1 lakh open vacancies in data scientists, and it is about to grow to a large number, like around 11 million or so by
Mhm.
2026. So there's a lot of scope. Like if individuals, no matter whether they are from IT background or a non IT background, if they have a
Mhm.
gap or don't have a working prior work experience, but if they start at this point of time, definitely, like going forward, as I mentioned, that the number of jobs that are going to grow by a large number, they can
Mhm.
find a place out and get a chance to be in such a profession.
Understood. So Neha, just I have one question. As
Hmm.
this too much, I guess I can see it is written that 11.5 million jobs. So, and still on the other side, when I interact with the people, I feel that people are not able to, some people are not getting fairly compensated, or some people are not getting the job. So, just because you are into a Microsoft, so do you guys also face a challenge that you are hiring, but you are not getting skilled people? And you are struggling in finding the right person. Do you face this challenge?
Yes, sometimes we do face this challenge. The reason because is there are like there's one job, but there are a lot of candidates out nowadays, because everyone is in the hype that there's like I want to be a data scientist. But a data scientist is not just one thing that you do. Okay,
Mhm.
it's a combination of different things. Let's say
Mhm.
SQL, Python, starting with a programming language. Okay, then
Mhm.
working with some visualization skills. So it's a combination of skill set that an individual should have. Okay,
Mhm.
so and like nowadays, what I see in the youth is that they do just one thing and expect like they would crack the job then and there. Okay, so what I would suggest the audience as well, try to like analyze. I'll be speaking about the skills that we need to like that a person should polish. Okay, and working and gaining the experience on those skills, a person
Mhm.
can then try. And another thing to work on is the projects
Mhm.
are very important part. Okay,
Mhm.
usually we display in our resume that we know Python, we know this, but when it comes to showcasing your skills, how will you be able to showcase those skills? So working on the projects, so
Mhm.
that is the another part. So as you mentioned about the coding invaders, 90% of it is practical. So
Mhm.
with practical, what do we mean aim to? It's like working with the projects, and those projects we can showcase. So definitely they will like bring you like help you stand out from the crowd.
Exactly, because Neha, what I also feel is like the reason why we mentioned the project and everything is what it is very simple that we are not experienced one. So if I'm going for an
Correct.
interview, so how I can prove myself, either through
Exactly.
internship or either through the project, right? And that's why it is important. And second most important thing, projects and the business case studies and everything will give me a more practical idea about what exactly is happening in the industry, and that's how maybe I will sound more relevant while giving interviews, right? So
Correct.
that's why we think that this sort of learning is very much important, because here we are not something sitting in graduation and trying to achieve 8 CGPA or 9 CGPA, because this isn't gonna work. Right now everybody wants to learn this skill set and to get a job, right? That we are not able to achieve from the graduation. So
Yeah.
yes. So I'm the biggest example. I'm a mechanical engineer. So I didn't got the
Yes.
job in my field. Okay. But yes, I became everything apart from a mechanical engineer. So that's a
Mhm.
good thing about engineering. Okay, guys. So I guess you can relate yourself with my lame jokes, but it's fine. Focus on upskilling, and you will get a lot more. So one thing I have understood is like uh, when it comes to this particular IT professions, right? So I have observed that people do think about the FANG companies, or they have a mindset that you know here are the only places where data analyst or data scientist people work. So correct me if I'm wrong, Neha. So what I was observing when I was doing sales, okay,
Mhm.
so I was doing sales and I was in field, and my managers always used to ask me and tell me that Amir, talk to me in numbers, and he
Hmm.
used to prepare the data that okay, what is the
Correct.
performance of this city, that city, how much performance of this conversion of this employee or his team member. And when I got promoted, Then I observed that I have to manage the team, and when I got more promotions, then I observed that I don't have to manage people. Now I have to be more data oriented, how to increase the performance, revenue. So is this something that data is something which is a non-negotiable skill right now, or it is something that it is involved everywhere? Can we say that?
Yes, data is involved everywhere, and as I mentioned, that as internet is growing and we are moving more and more into the digital world. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so the every activity that you are performing on the internet nowadays, everything is being captured and monitored, and this data is being logged and utilized by the industries to derive more insights. Let's say I'll quickly take an example or of our everyday life. Let's say Instagram. we
Mm-hmm.
all we all use Instagram on a regular basis multiple
Mm-hmm.
times. So you might see like kind of stories or the kind of things that you explore, you get similar type of reels. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
what's the motive behind that? Okay, it's the same. The company wants you to spend more and more time on Instagram. That's why it is showing you the content of the same nature that you usually prefer watching to. So how is this being recorded? How this company is like keeping a track of every individual and showing reels as per their interest only. So this
Mm-hmm.
is all database. They are capturing the data, they are logging the data, and
Mm-hmm.
based on those data, models are created, machine learning models are created, where the data scientist comes into picture. And
Mm-hmm.
once this model gets created, they kind of predicts the future, like, and gets a behavior of the activity of the user. So that's a very small example of which everyone can relate to.
And we can also say the same thing that even a chartered accountant maintains a lot of data, right?
Yeah.
And they also need a data analyst, right? And even
Hmm.
the people like the HR also manages the data of employee, so they also need a data analyst, right, to maintain the data and to make some sense out of it, which employees were performing well or which employees not performing well. Or is it something we can also say that the logistics also has this data analyst people who collect the reviews of delivery time and the feedbacks, and accordingly they improve their logistics? So is this something that this is what are some skills which is a fit in every single activities or a business? Can we say that?
Yes, Excel is definitely an important fact. As you were just showing the data on your screen, that every you were logging in the data in the Excel. Okay, so like kind of you are analyzing the data. Okay, as we can talk about the Aadhaar which we are using for
Mm-hmm.
biometric identification at the state. This is a huge state level transformation that has been done. So
Mm-hmm.
now for KYC, you don't have to actually carry all your documents. You just need to carry your Aadhaar. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And once your biometrics are logged in,
Mm-hmm.
complete information is flashed on the screen. Okay,
Exactly.
so that's a
Exactly.
huge transformation. Similarly, like when we go to like the loan for loan approval, we go, the businesses have shifted a lot due to this data. Now you know that since everything has been linked to your PAN and Aadhaar. Okay, so when you go for a loan approval, you don't need to carry any documents. The
Mm-hmm.
company will directly go and check your CIBIL score, which is generated by the data. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and if your CIBIL score qualify their criteria, you are eligible for the loan. Okay, so this has made the process very faster. And how this is possible only because of the data only.
Exactly. Exactly. And the job market as well.
Exactly. So, as I mentioned, as you mentioned, and I mentioned, data is everywhere. And it's not specifically restricted to just one field, be it sales, be it HR, or be it logistic, or like any decision, software companies or so. Everywhere it's the data. Okay, be it finance industry or so.
Exactly, exactly. I totally agree with you. So it means like everything is transforming, and one thing I'm observing is like the health industry is turning out to be health tech, finance industry is turning out to
Finance
be
industry.
fintech, and educational industries are turning out to be ed tech. So it's like turning. I mean, like this transformation gives me a very clear understanding that the future is in IT, which is very a big future, and it's a future full of a skill set, which I observe. So if somebody who is properly skilled enough, definitely they're gonna make their the place over there. So one thing we can also say, Neha, right, that nowadays the skill based hiring are more, compared to what the background we were having. I mean, like, do you have any example, Neha, that any weird example where you have seen any very young, or maybe very young candidate earning handsome salary, or any person who in the internship itself they are making huge money? Do you have any such
Yeah,
examples?
yeah, even like during colleges, like in third year, many students like earning like 80K per month or 90K per month as a stipend as a
Hmm.
part of internship, just because they have improved and improvised on their skills. So
Understood. Understood. We got a
So if
clarification.
you are, so if you are like pretty much improvising on your skills, so definitely you can get a chance to like get a handsome amount of salary. As this is a booming industry, as I mentioned, there's a lot of competition, but
Mhm.
they are backed with the similar kind of opportunity as well. So as the competition is increasing, so is the number of opportunity. So the chances are equal to grab an
Exactly.
opportunity in the same.
Exactly, exactly. Totally agree with you. So one thing is very clear, guys. We can conclude by saying that, see, the growth is so much. All right, you can see the every single activities is turning out to be data driven. All right, even whatever the match scores you are watching. Let me tell you one example. All the cricket fans who are here, what do you think? The IPL auctions, all the pricings, the betting of the players, and placing of the players on the right place of the field. What do you think? Why? How they do it? They analyze the past data, because whenever you watch a cricket also you see the, correct me if I'm wrong, Neha, so whenever you see a screen at a match, you always see that when Virat Kohli or somebody comes, their past history has been shown that he has achieved
Exactly.
100 century in the four matches, whatever it exactly. So they show all the stats, and on that basis they decide, this player will do well in this particular pitch in this particular country. So it's like they're also analyzing the data, and on that
Yeah.
basis they are doing the predictive analysis, and it's
Yes.
everywhere, right?
Yes, yes,
So
it's
yeah.
everywhere, like in finance industry, in health industry, sports industry, everywhere. So
And
that's why I mentioned, like, since the number of opportunities are increasing, like the number of the competition is increasing, so is the amount of opportunities are also increasing. So it's not like you're restricted in any domain, like be it
Mhm.
pharma domain or finance, it is. So it's everywhere.
Exactly, exactly, totally agree with you. So what we can do, either we have the one option, you're just watching and looking at how the world is going, and you're not upskilling yourself, so probably you will be like a Nokia, who is one of the best
Exactly.
brand, but he's not updated, so he's like out of the league. Okay. Or you can do one thing, that you accept these changes and upskill yourself and start actually having a very standard lifestyle, because it is generally possible, because if you will be into the league you will be enjoying the game. So you can let me know in the chat section that which option you will choose. We will definitely understand, are you the person who just keep on watching and not doing anything, or are you the person who want to change and want to be the part of this league and do something big? All right, because the changes are in front of you, and it's going to be for continues for another 50 years. It's going to be same. And I am sure that everybody is watching a lot of things like ChatGPT and everything, which is shocking everybody, right? So things will come like that, and these things will definitely going to rule and going to dominate. And to survive in that, you need to upskill yourself. So Neha, as I can see that majority of the people are choosing option number two. Perfect. So of course you have to choose this
Of
only.
course, definitely.
Exactly. Perfect, perfect. So, guys, just to tell you again that yes, you guys are enjoying this particular masterclass. I can understand, but yes, I am, just because Neha is here with us. We are giving away one premium course of data scientist course of a Coding Invaders, which promises job guarantee, that too for free. All right, so you can get this chance to win it, because just after Q&A session, I'm going to share my screen and choose one random person and enroll it our job guarantee batch. And we are doing this exclusively just because Neha has joined us from Microsoft. So it's very much important to give you an exclusive benefits from the Neha itself. All right. So the link is there in the chat section. Go reach out and fill the details and come back again. All right. So now coming to the most important thing, just wanted to understand. We will discuss exactly that how exactly the businesses are getting help from the data scientist. If you have some relevant example for us to make us understand, and what sort of help we get.
Sure. So as you like, it's a very common and important saying that data is the new oil. Okay.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
the work of the data scientist is basically to extract that data and
Mm-hmm.
turn it into valuable information so that businesses can use those insights to derive to derive and take the decisions, important decisions. I'll quickly take examples of the important common platforms which we are using nowadays, like Netflix, Flipkart, and Uber. Okay, so how Netflix comes to know like what films to offer depending upon the interest. Okay, or how Flipkart knows what goods should we provide whenever you log into Flipkart. How does it know like which products to recommend so that you get and add it to your cart and proceed to checkout? Okay, or how Uber helps you to optimize the trip cost and optimize the route. It's the data scientists behind the scene who are
Mm-hmm.
analyzing the data and building models to help the businesses make some decisions, these kind of decisions.
Understood. Now, I have one curious question.
Mhm.
Somewhere we are very much confused about data analyst and data scientist. Could you give us clarity that what is the difference between them?
Sure. So I'll quickly give a brief background about both the scenarios. Let's say a data analyst is the one related to data cleaning, transformation, and generating inferences from data. Let's say it is specifically restricted to the data we have at hand. Okay, but if we want to extend the insights from that data, therein the data scientist comes into the picture, which deals with various data operations and develop models on top of that. Okay, and when it comes to skills for the data analyst, it has the data analyst process problem solving skills and knowledge of statistics. On the other hand, a data scientist possesses knowledge of mathematics and machine learning algorithms. Like audience might have heard nowadays, it's very common, like linear regression, logistic regression, recommender system, sentiment analysis. So that's where data scientists comes into picture. So, as many of you would be curious to know, like what are the tools that we need to learn to be a data analyst or a data scientist. So, when it comes to data analyst, basically Excel and SQL are the important ones to start with. Okay, but for being a data scientist, a person should actually be aware and good with Python programming language, because every model that we work nowadays is usually we use Python programming language, and SQL definitely is a plus on
Um,
that, because SQL is a it's like a query language which we database people uses to derive insights from. Usually we know that data is most of the time stored in SQL database. Now to get the insights from the data, we use MySQL queries.
Understood. Understood. Got it. Got the clarity. So there are a few particular tools that we need to focus upon, and that is
Definitely.
only sufficient because whenever we go to the Google or search something, we end up having 10, 15 tools in our mind which
Mhm.
demotivate us somehow that what to choose and how to begin. So one thing is very clear that if I learn SQL, Google Sheets, and Power BI, and a basic stats knowledge, if I have, then I can, definitely start my journey into this domain, right?
Exactly. Like start with small steps and then try to improvise on the skills is what, in simple terms, I would
See,
like to state.
just one confusion I have. You said that mathematics and all. So I'm
Mhm.
sure that some bunch of people must be thinking that do I need to be a pro mathematician to do
No,
all
no,
this or a
definitely.
basic
You don't need
mathematics?
to be a pro in anything. You just need to start with where you are.
Okay.
As most of the people opted for option two, that's the
Mhm.
motivation that you should have, and then and there you are good to go.
Understood. Understood. Got the clarity. So, guys, I hope you got an understanding. Here's an example in the Flipkart example of data analytics. Okay, how exactly it is mentioned on the search engines and all, and we have also understanding about the tools. What tools are important? So you can see these tools are also mentioned. Okay, we have already discussed. Moving on, just have this curious question that if you could give us an idea out of 100%, if I'll say, how much percent of coding is required in all particular data scientist job, like 10%, 20%, 30%? What do you think?
I would say 40% coding is required, because most of the time of a data scientist goes in understanding the data, the problem statement, the problem we are trying to solve as per the business decisions, to take those business decisions. Let's say if we want to, if a business stakeholder asks me like how you can increase the sales. Okay, the simple answer could be that we can increase the sales by increasing the sales for that particular product on Flipkart. Okay, if the example of is Flipkart, but how do we actually get this data? Okay, or how do we actually know which product we need to increase the sales for? Okay, so there, so it's not a part of coding, it's kind of insights that we need from the data, wherein like SQL most comes into the picture. So
Mm-hmm.
don't be afraid, like no superpowers are required as it's mentioned over here. So it's coding
Mm-hmm.
is different. Coding for data is a bit different, as I mentioned, than coding for development, and which is like comparatively very, very easy, like coding in terms of data. And no degree as in required, any degree is good to go. So
Mm-hmm.
you just need to start with proper skills that I mentioned, like Python, SQL, Excel. So these are the important skills that the person should start need to start with, no
And
matter with which background the person has, and like is continuing with journey with his or her journey.
understood, understood. So just one thing.
Hmm.
Um, uh, so sorry in advance because this question I do ask all this question to all the guest speakers. So I just wanted to ask you. Um, there are a lot of guest speaker came who are from engineering background, and whenever I asked them that did your engineering help you to become a data scientist, so they said that no, it was my hard work and we did it. So just I'm trying to understand from you also. So did engineering played a very major role, or you yourself figured out from your end and learned everything from scratch and became a data scientist?
So I'll be honest in that case. Since I completed my graduation for computer science, okay, so I had a basic idea about like how about a Python programming language specifically, like
Mm-hmm.
problem solving skill set. So if you have that acumen, and it does not come randomly, okay,
Mm-hmm.
with practice this we can grow. Okay, after engineering as well, like like I was working, so these things were not taught as part of engineering, definitely. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
did extra hard work during my engineering time only, so that's why I was able to do that, definitely. As we know, like it's not a part of theoretical thing that are being asked at the interviews, it's all practical when it comes to. Okay.
And would you agree would you agree or disagree that the course structure and the modules which are there in engineering are all of are those particular modules are industrial relevant?
No, I would say only 10 to 20%. That's it. Complete 4 years.
So even if suppose let's suppose if I am normal graduate, bachelor in arts, and
Yeah.
I just meet you and I start taking your mentoring. Let's suppose I start
Hmm.
taking how exactly you did, and can I also be sitting at the same position where you are just after 2 3 years if I'll continuously take guidance from people like you, even if my background is bachelor's in art?
Exactly. The simple answer is yes.
Yeah. So that's great, guys. So guys, don't worry about it. Okay, that what background you have, you don't need to worry about. You just need to upskill the right thing. What is exactly is needed. Okay. So we have a lot of hiring partners. So we will definitely schedule your interviews. That's not a big deal. But as a student, what I feel, you just need to focus on the content that you are getting and consume the content so that you save your time, and the rest is our job. So it consumes a lot of time that if you are scheduling your call by your side, you don't know where to approach, you don't know which company I have to approach, which is a right fit or not. So that's what Coding Invaders do. We have these things available. All right, so can you just give us more precise idea that what are the skills are required to all the people uh, who will who will join as a junior data scientist? Okay, so what basic skill sets are required to them?
Okay. So as I would like to state them in pointers. Let's say the first one is Python. Okay.
Mhm.
So Python, why is Python being most relevant? Like around 80 to 90% of the industries are using Python. And
Mhm.
the syntax of Python is very, very simple compared to other languages like Java, C++.
Mhm.
So anyone with any background, let's say arts background or non-IT background, sales background, anyone can start with it. So very first step would be to start with Python programming language.
Mhm.
Second part is working with SQL, as I
Mhm.
mentioned. Third one is working with Excel, okay, and performing different mathematical computation. Let's say how to sum up, how to find the average, s-
Mhm.
m- average windowing functions, like all these kind of things with Excel. Okay, basic ML foundation, like as in like there are different problem statements that usually data scientist comes into solve on a daily basis. Let's say if you want to find out whether the person is diagnosed with certain disease or not, so it's a yes or no kind of a situation. So we usually try to club these problems in a classification kind of a problem. So there is separate set of algorithms. Okay, ML algorithms. Okay, so which algorithm to use for which kind of a problem statement, having a basic understanding of that would be enough for a junior data scientist. And the fifth part is ML ops, wherein the person should be aware as a data scientist like how to put their model into production. Okay, because without putting a model into production you can't be able to get the predictions from that model. Okay, so for this, you just need to be aware of some MLOps concepts. Let's say Docker and all. Like Docker would be more than enough in that case.
Exactly, exactly. Understood. Got the clarity. All right, and everything should be practiced in a real
Exactly.
project way so that you get a hang of it very properly. So these are the things that you need to focus upon. All right, and some exposure in deep learning will definitely hold your conversation to become a data scientist if you're dreaming about it. So one thing is very clear that data science is the smartest choice. So if you can speak and understand English, and if you're comfortable with the school maths, basic maths, and know how to use Excel or Google Sheet, you are already a good candidate to become a data scientist. This is what I'm just telling you, that if you're aware of all this, you can become a nice data scientist for sure. All right. So just wanted to get a clarity from you. If I'll become a data scientist, how exactly my role will be after 1 year or 2 year? How exactly I'll get into a different designation? Can you help us?
Yes. So our data scientists with data scientists, as I mentioned, on a usual basis, we solved like classification problem or regression kind of a problem. Okay, let's say if you want to predict the sales of a particular company, okay, to get an idea where the sales will go come in coming months. Okay, so based on those, sometimes you have to work with sentiment analysis. Okay, so that's where we deal with text data. Okay, or
Understood.
sometimes we need to like Google Photos. Okay, how in your phones like the photos are clubbed together. Okay, so it's the model, machine learning model that's running behind the scenes. So that's come in a computer vision engineer. So okay, so based on your interest, when you get to work on data and real life projects, the person at its personal level gets an interest out of the same. So a person can get excited and interested solving NLP based problems. So there from there he or she can go more dive more deeper into NLP engineering. Okay, or he can he or she can get more interested in image based data, working with solving those kind of problems. Okay, so therein they can work to be computer vision engineer. Okay, and let's say ML engineer, if the person becomes only interested like how to more, put the model into production more, how to make the model more scalable so that it can accept 1,000 requests per second. Okay, so that's where ML engineers come into the picture. And I guess our audience would also be aware these kind of roles. So let us ask the audience like if they have heard these kind of roles, because our audience would definitely be interested like and
Exactly.
would be talking about these roles. So let's ask the audience like if they have heard about these roles or not.
Yeah, exactly. So, guys, you can tell us that if you heard about this name or not. If not, then what sort of name you have heard, so we can get an idea.
Or if any clarification they want about any role which is
Yeah, exactly.
not here.
So there's one question which is I want to take it from Krishna. Which is more preferable, data science or data analytics? What do you think?
Okay. So whenever this kind of a question has been asked to me many a times, so what I suggest is like when you are starting and when you are a very initial phase, okay. So you, as I have told about the skill set as well, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you just need a starter point where you get a real life exposure, real world exposure. Okay, so don't restrict yourself that I will only apply for positions which are specifically for data analyst, or I will apply for positions which are specifically for data scientist. Okay, if you have the relevant skill set and your skills are overlapping with the job description that is asked in the like if that the job that is posted, okay, feel free to apply for that. Okay, because in many of the organizations it's a practice and sometimes the teams are not much bifurcated, so you have to wear many hats. Okay, sometimes you have to work as a data analyst. Okay, sometimes you have to work as a data scientist because there's an overlap of skills, okay, between each and every. But I would suggest go, because if you want to be a data scientist, there are additional skill set that's come to the picture. Let's say having some basic knowledge about the ML algorithms, okay. But
Mm-hmm.
for a data analyst, you don't actually need those things, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
we are if you have covered Python, Excel, SQL skills, okay, so go for data analyst job. But meanwhile, like, keep learning about ML algorithms as well, so that more opportunities can open up to you and you can then start applying for data scientist role as well. So this should be your mindset. Start with data analyst, but meantime work harder to know about ML algorithms, and then so that you can apply for data scientist job as well.
Understood. Understood. And the one interesting question generally I get is that people
Mhm.
do ask that how much time it will take to become a data scientist. So, and in your ideal case, just wanted to know from your end, like generally we study for so much of years and we don't get anything out of it, right? We waste so much
Mhm.
of money and in expensive graduations and a lot more thing, right? Because it's not industrial relevant. That's why we end up having a lot of waste of money. So just wanted to know that how much time it will take again to become a data scientist. From what do you think? You can give just any sort of month's name, a month's tenure, or any year tenure. What exactly you feel is?
Okay, so I won't like try to quote the numbers. Okay, let's say definitely like it would take at least 5 to 6 months, I would say. But
Mm-hmm.
a person who is starting should focus on the skills that are mentioned over here. Let's say Python, SQL, Jupyter, Pandas. Okay, these
Mm-hmm.
kind of skills. Okay, and like see, because every student or every person is having its own pace with which they get to learn things out. Okay, so if you feel like if within 3 months you have covered all these kind of skill set and there are relevant postings out, then definitely you can go and try out for the interviews.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
so it's no, because every person has a different pace, as I mentioned, so it depends upon person to person. But I think, like, in my opinion, like at least like 5 to 6 months is definitely will have to work.
Understood. Understood. 5 6 months is definitely is
Yeah.
required, and you can become that. And yes, you can do it with us as well because we have those practical based learning and one-on-one mentorship and teamwork plus 100% job guarantee, which is the most safest decision you will ever take. So if you will look at our structure and everything is taught from very scratch, already more than 59% of people are from a non-tech background, one-on-one mentorship, 80% of practical knowledge or the learning which help you to prove your worth in front of recruiter because you will sounding more experienced. Okay, the more practical knowledge you have, the more relevant and logical you will sound in the interview. All right. So things are there, project based learning are there. So if you want to talk about the course price is 11,190. But just because you're watching this webinar, you can avail 30% discount, and you can go to the website and check this out. And to all the people who are still joined late and wanted to know what exactly we are doing, so we are giving away one premium data scientist course for Coding Invaders, that too for free. One of you will get a chance to win this for free. All right. So the link is there in the chat section. You can go register, participate, because just after 10 minutes, I'm going to share my screen and enroll one person in a job guarantee patch. All right. So don't miss this particular chance because this chance will not come again and again. So just because you're watching us, you can definitely avail this because in just after 10 minutes, I'm going to announce the winner. Perfect. Now, the most important question comes in our mind is just because, see, Neha, you are already into this domain, right? So you will be getting a lot of notifications, recommendations, suggestions, calls. But what would you suggest if a person like me who's a mechanical engineer and working in, let's suppose, sales or marketing, okay? So what should I do? What sort of activities I should do, or activities I should get involved in so that I start getting calls, I start getting, the what we say recognition from the right places.
So the first thing that I would suggest is update your LinkedIn profile, the kind of work that you are doing. Okay.
Mm-hmm,
Let's
mm-hmm,
say whatever any new thing that you are learning, try to post it over LinkedIn. Okay.
mm-hmm,
It's not like you have learned, like, do not try to post or load your LinkedIn with like any simple program that you have learned. Okay, but try to update, keep updating your profile. Let's say today you have added the Python skill. Okay, then try to update the same skill on LinkedIn as well. Okay,
mm-hmm,
then after let's say 1 week or two, you have you are confident on your SQL skills. Okay, try to add SQL skills. Then there are many LinkedIn tests as well that happens, which
Mm-hmm.
help you get that LinkedIn badge. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so therein, like, you get an extra standout. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
from there, then
Mm-hmm.
you can make use of different websites, Indian websites like Naukri.com. Okay, create a profile. Keep actively updating your profile over there. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
from there, if you keep updating your profile, there are very high chances that you might get called beforehand only.
Mm-hmm. So is this something that doing these activities definitely recruiters used to stalk at our profile, see and they judge looking at our profile and whether we should send message to him or not. This happens.
Okay, yeah, sometimes, like, that's why I mentioned, like, keep updating a profile. So what happens is, when you're actively updating a profile, no, the mechanism, the LinkedIn works, Naukri.com works, any websites work is designed in such a way that when people are updating their profile, that is, they're adding on their skills, they are upskilling themselves. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
there are high chances that whenever a person or a recruiter is
Mm-hmm.
searching for a candidate specific to those skill set, okay, that your profile can come up, because you have
Understood.
recently updated your profile, you have upskilled your profile in that sense. So that's how
Understood.
LinkedIn works behind the scene, and that's why again data science comes into the picture, because
Exactly.
this is everything that's happening is the magic happens for a data, like
Whatever the
with the
data
help
is
of data
getting stored.
science. Yeah,
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 yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you. So, guys, like, see, it's very simple, right? So, these are the things very important. And just wanted to highlight one more thing. Uh, the CV buildings and everything, the LinkedIn profiling is also not a very common thing that you are avoiding. It's a very serious thing because nowadays a big company. What do you think that Microsoft, there must be 10,000, 20,000, or 50,000 people must be applying every single day about the job vacancy. Do you think that any HR would be sitting and shortlisting one by one? No. I'm sure that Neha, people are using ATS, applicant tracking system, and
yes,
if suppose they are hiring any data scientists and they are looking for somebody who have a skill set of Power BI or SQL, so if that particular keyword is there in your CV, there might be chances that
exactly,
your CV will comes on the top and you will be getting shortlisted, right? So it's very much important to make yourself updated what exactly is there. To the common idea, if I'll share, just search on Google, see what skill sets are required, go to the job description, see what everybody is asking, and find out which tool is more in demand, right? Correct, that's what everybody should do, right?
exactly.
And then if they will learn those things, definitely will come in your CV, and then when you will upload, your chances will increase for sure. All right. Over and above, if you want to save your more time, definitely we have these services as well called CV building, LinkedIn profile building, multiple mock interviews, so that you should avoid doing mistakes at the right time, and fast track job search as well. So we have hiring partners as well. And yes, we are now moving towards a Q&A session. And just a last reminder to all of you before I start the Q&A session. Yes, we are still giving a premium data scientist course, that too for free. One of you will get a chance to win this course for free. So don't miss this chance. The link is there in the chat section. Meanwhile, I'll just collect some questions, Neha, and I'll come to you for a Q&A. Meanwhile, you can have a glass of water. I'll just see how many people have asked the questions, and I will definitely going to ask you.
Sure, sure.
So I can see a bunch of questions are already here. So, okay. Okay. So the questions, hold on. There's one question from Krishna. What is the future scope of this particular designation or the post? Is this will be increasing in the future, or is just a bubble?
No, no, it's not a bubble, definitely. Like, you might, as I mentioned, like, you might be agreeing, like, day on day, we are generating and interacting more and more with our digital devices. Okay.
Mhm.
And the more time we spend on our digital devices, more data is being accumulated. Okay. So if the data is growing at that much speed, so how come, like these data positions will be declining? There's definitely going to be an increase in the demand for these data science jobs or being a data analyst. So definitely there's a huge scope for database jobs.
And I think that it's not going to be an end for sure because the more
No,
auto.
no, it's just kind of starting. We are starting off. We are just started off, and if the people will start from now as well, then they have, like, they have a very high chance.
Okay. Thank you so much. So Garishma is saying that is AWS or Azure needed for a data scientist?
Not actually. I would say that you can like explore and learn when you are on the real grounds. Okay, whenever you join any organization. So these data platforms or cloud-based platforms, I would say rather, depends
Mm-hmm.
company to organization. So some organization are more feasible with AWS, some organization work on Azure, some works on GCP. Okay, so you can have a basic idea about like how are some things, but it's not a mandatory requirement, I would suggest.
Mm-hmm.
So
Understood.
you must work on a basic skill set that we
Mm-hmm.
have already discussed about, and if you are confident on your skills, on those skills, then you are good to go ahead.
Understood. There's one interesting question from Akshay. Hello, I am a 19-year-old and I would rather learn skills through YouTube, certain certification, than going to college. Do you think I can land a job in company straight after school?
Uh, Not actually. I would suggest you can end up getting some like contract basis jobs, but not specifically in other organization because a degree is definitely a mandate requirement for the companies so that you can at least are eligible for that. So I would suggest you try to upskill yourself. Okay, don't restrict yourself that you will start upskilling yourself like after having your degree. Just keep working on your degree. Okay, and then try to allocate some time of the day upskilling yourself, as you mentioned, like getting some certification course or learning from YouTube. So these are the things that you can do in parallel, but I would suggest like definitely complete your graduation
Interesting. That's really
because
interesting.
companies have a like specific requirement like like you should be having at least your bachelor's completed, so definitely you should go for that.
That's interesting. So, Neha, when you were at 19-year-old, were you thinking that way?
When I was 19-year-old, definitely there was not that much internet available. Okay, we were just utilizing 1 GB or 2 GB per month basis. But now we have a lot of information, a lot of data. Like internet has opened a new world for all of us. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
now we have a lot more resources compared to that time. Okay, so what I would suggest is that definitely you can use these kind of certification courses or different information channels. Okay, to upskill yourself and not restricting yourself to your just theoretical knowledge which you get from your uh, college education, so to say.
So, like, Neha, I just wanted to know that were you that serious at 19-year-old? The way Akshay is very serious, like after 19, learning tools and getting a high-paying job. Just trying to ask because at 19, I was like very careless about my career. So, I just wanted to know from you because you're already made it big, right? So, were you
If you
thinking
if
that way?
Yes, if you plan and start, then you land early. That's the simple formula I have. So I definitely wanted to like have like being in tier 3 college. I definitely had a dream to go in top tier companies. So as well. So
Exactly, exactly.
that's the goal I had in mind, and with that goal only, I was like improvising on my skills day to day on a daily basis, irrespective of whatever college I was belonging to. So definitely like the clarity in mind is definitely will help you
Very much
land.
important,
And
yeah.
yeah.
No, one interesting, last but not least, Dhanya. I am dentist. Can I learn? Can I become a data scientist?
Uh, First of all, I would like to ask the person, like, why would you like to switch for a dentist to a data scientist? So, in that case, so that's an interesting question, I would say. But yeah, yes, you can definitely, like, as I mentioned, these are the skills that you, if any person is willing to learn, definitely he can be anything. Okay, so and these are kind of skills which is not like very hard to learn, as I mentioned. So Python, it's a very simple syntax. You can uh, any person can start up with that. Okay, maths, basic maths are required, which we have done, like which we do usually do on a regular basis. Just things will start becoming like some complex parts will come like when we go more and more deeper into. So but to start with, that comes with experience, what I would say. But definitely, yeah, person from any background can switch to a database role.
And the last question, thank you so much. Yogesh, can a data scientist work from home? So first of all, Neha, are you working from home?
Yes, I am working from home.
That's nice.
Yes.
So, like, I mean, the freedom is there, right?
Yes, definitely the freedom is there, and so that's the perk. So like being in sales, I have seen many people, or let's say, like uh, being in sales, or there are many jobs like which you will the which is, there it is mandate to go to the office. But with database role or technical roles, you have the feasibility that you can work from home, because all the organization require you to is solve the problem statement. Okay, give the solution to those problems. Okay, no matter whether you're working from home or you're working from office, they are just concerned with the solution.
Understood, understood. That's it, Neha. So we are done with the questions, and thank you so much for your being, being patient towards the entire masterclass, and we got a very detailed answer from you. So anything like, I know that you're already running out of your time, but still, like, do you have any last message to all these beautiful people who are just one step away and taking a decision? If you want to give any message before you leave.
Okay, so what I would say is don't be afraid of anything or the hype that we have that you need to be that much proficient or things are very complex. Okay, see the simple, start with simple, and just take the action. Okay, action is the key that I would only suggest.
That's
So
very nice.
as I
Thank you.
mentioned, have a structured plan. Like you want to focus on some of the skills. Let's say have a proper clear idea in your mind. You want to work on Python, you want to work on SQL, you want to work with Excel. Okay, allocate some time. Okay, so then you will see that the plan will become very, very simple. Okay, going forward.
Understood. Understood. So having a plan is very much important.
Exactly. And action is the next step to that plan.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Neha, for this beautiful session. And I would love to bring you again in the next session for sure because audience has genuinely enjoyed it. To all the people who want to connect with Neha, the LinkedIn link is there in the chat section. For sure, don't bombard her with the DMs. She is probably a busy person, but yes, whenever she will get time, she will reply. Thank you so much, Neha, for joining, and we'll
Thank
see
you.
you for
Thank you for
sure
having me here.
in the
All
next
the
webinar.
best, everyone. Yeah. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you so much. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this particular masterclass with Neha, who is a data science engineer at Microsoft. I know you must be having a bunch of questions already in your mind, and it is unanswered. So, well, in that case, you can reach out to me. I can also help you out. Okay. So, I hope that this session was helpful to you. But yes, we have a lot more things to discuss yet. All right. All the people who are just reaching out to me and just saying that I'm a content writer, can I become that? Or I'm this, can I become that? So, one simple thing, see, graduation is required. All right. To all the people who are in a school and trying to make something, for sure you can make money without degree. But yes, if you want to be a full time employee, at least to set an interview, the eligibility criteria is graduation. Now, the best part is you don't need to be an engineer or something like that. A normal graduation is required. So in the coding invaders, if I'll talk about, so you will get to learn all these things like one-on-one personal mentorships are there, exclusive career packages are there, fast track job search are there, 100% job guarantees are there, weekly live sessions are there, group webinars with industrial experts are there. And on the top of that, right now I'm also giving away one premium data scientist course for Coding Invaders, which is a star course for Coding Invaders, and you can win it for free. All right. So don't miss this particular chance. If you haven't registered yet, go please register because in just 5 minutes I'm going to announce the winner. The link is there in the chat section. If you are joined late, if you are new to this and don't know what the hell it is going on, the link is there in the chat section. Go register because just after 5 minutes I'm going to share my screen and announce the winner. All right. So let's see how many people have participated, and let's see how many people have participated. And I'll be going to share my screen so that you guys get a chance to win this. All right. Hold on. So I can see more than 200 plus people have participated. I guess 232. To all the people, hurry up. I'll give you 20 more seconds time, guys. Sorry, 2 minutes more time, guys. Okay. Go and register because still people 200 plus people are there. So I just want that we should touch 300. I'm just sharing my screen so that you can see. So to all the people who want to win this game, here's a golden opportunity. See, almost 236 people is there. All right. So Vimpy Prasad is the last one. Anybody else who's left? Let's cross 300, guys. Come on, let's hurry up, or at least touch 250, and then we will announce the webinar. Announce the winner. All right. So you can win this thing for sure. Anybody else who is left? I'm just waiting for the people who are feeling lazy enough and not registering. Trust me, guys. Last webinar, when the last person was there who registered, actually, luckily, win this whole game. All right. So you can win this for sure. Okay. So don't give up. If you have watched this webinar and if you are pumped up and if you want to try your luck, if you want to become a data scientist, if you want to earn up to 20 lakh per annum, then definitely you are just one step away. All right. You have seen a people who are making so big in their life just because they are consistent. All right. So you can be the one who can do it. All right. So you're just one click away. The link is there in the chat section. Please fill it up. Okay. Because just after 1 or 2 minutes, once I'm done, I'm going to choose one random person and will be the winner of this particular contest. So I can see 250 people have participated already. That's really very interesting. Oh my god, more than 250 plus people are already there, and it seems that we are going to touch 300 because people are still filling up the form. Anybody else who is left? The last person who filled this particular form is Dilpreet. Dilpreet, thank you for filling it up again. Okay, and I'll just refresh my sheet once again, and now I have to announce the winner. Anybody else who is left? Okay, after Dilpreet, four more people have registered. That is Kush, Koja, Payal Das, Sanjay B. Let's hit 300, guys. Come on, the speed that we are registering, let's hit 300. Okay, I'll just ask my team to check how many unique people are there and how many people are registering twice, if we can see. So, if my team members can see that how many unique people are here registered, would be great for me to understand. So now I can see we more than 264 people are there. All right. And let me refresh once again. I know that everybody is waiting for the result. Okay. So let me refresh once again. So let me see how many people are there because some of them have actually filled it twice. So I'm just observing that if anybody can just from my team let me know how many unique people have actually registered. So the actual data is 203 unique people are there. Smart people. Okay. 269. Now, without wasting any much time, let's announce the winner. Okay. So I use this particular website called Random Number Generator. So if you look at this particular website, let's suppose 456 people have participated in the contest, and I have to choose one random person. Like for example, this is an example, guys. If I click over here, I'll get the random digit, and that is 37. Okay, so I will announce 37 as a winner. Let's suppose 567 people have registered. Okay, so I'll just click somewhere else, and then I'll choose the random person. So I can see 82 will be the winner. If suppose we have 789, so I'm just doing multiple tests for you so that you can see how exactly I choose the random person. All right. So now let's see how many people have participated. I'll refresh my sheet once again. And after refreshing my sheet once again, I can see that 270. So I'm locking at 270. 270. Now let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the winner is number 57. Number 57 is the winner of our contest, and he or she is going to win the premium data scientist course of a Coding Invaders of 9 months. And that person will be getting a guaranteed job agreement, and just after 9 months that person will be eligible for high paying jobs and also will be having a 5 to 6 an offer letter in their hand, and they will be deciding that which one to choose. So let's see who is that lucky guy who is going to get enrolled in a job guarantee batch of a Coding Invaders, which is just going to start in few days. All right, so let's see who is that person. Number 57. Number 57. So number 57 is the winner. What's the full name? Abhik Shirvastava. Leo.shri311@gmail.com. Abhik Shirvastava, you are the winner of this particular contest, and you win this particular premium data scientist course of a Coding Invaders, that too for free, which promises job guarantee agreement. So if you are here, so shout out loud Yes, you are the winner of this particular contest, and in just 30 minutes, you are going to get a call from an academic counselor to check your eligibility criteria, and they will enroll you for a job guarantee batch. And if you will miss the call, you will get a call in the morning again, but don't miss this call. Okay, so if you are here, so please shout out. We are happy to announce that you are the winner of this particular contest. Now, to all the people who are watching me right now, so we have the winner already, and Abhik is the winner, and he is going to get a call. Probably we will check his eligibility criteria. Hopefully, he will be graduate. Okay, the graduation is very much important. Okay, to get a job guarantee policy. Okay, so this thing is very much important. So congratulations once again, guys. Congratulations, Abhik. You are the winner of this particular job guarantee badge. All right. But to all the people who still wanted to be the part of job guarantee badge, what you can do, you can still join the job guarantee batch, which is just going to start in few days. The course price of this job guarantee batch is 11,190, and you can get it in 7,800 only with a 30% discount. All right, so you can get it for sure. And the EMI programs, if I'll talk about, then you also get an EMI facility as well. We have a cool and clear EMI programs. Okay, so if you are feeling that you will not be able to afford it, so we have multiple months options. So there's no opening or interest is involved. We will pay interest for you. You have to only manage your tuition fees, that's all. But I'll tell you one more hack. So I'll give you one secret link of referrals. The link is there in the chat section of referrals. So if you will refer your friend, you will also get 5,000 discount. Your friend will also get 5,000 discount. Okay, and if you will refer 10 friends, you will get 50,000 rupees discount, and your all 10 friends will get 5,000 rupees discount each. You won't believe, but in the last 6 months, there was one guy who actually referred 18 people and made the course price zero. So the more you will share, the more wise you will become, because it's knowledge and you are helping others to grow. So there's nothing wrong in that. All right. So here's the referral link which I'm attaching in the chat section. Just copy for yourself whenever whoever needs it, just share with them and you will get this benefit. All right. So that's about it, right? To all the people who are asking about the EMI things and all, so you can fill the forms, go to the website. And one more interesting part to all the people. If you want an official certificate of participation of this particular masterclass, if you want a participation certificate from a Coding Invaders, I would request you all that here's the link. Okay, you will find the link in the chat section, the Facebook link and the Google reviews link. Okay, if you genuinely enjoyed, if you genuinely liked our efforts, if you liked that, yes, we covered all the pointers, we covered all the important things which actually was an eye opener for you, I would, with my folded hand, request you. You can go to fill the Google review form. You can fill it up, take a screenshot, and mail it at info@codinginvaders.com. And within 1 to 3 days, you will get a certificate via our email. The only thing we want is if you genuinely enjoyed whatever the feedback you have, the link is there in the chat section of Facebook and Google reviews. You can fill anyone, take a screenshot, and mail it to the info@codinginvaders.com. We will be sending you an official certificate of participation of this particular masterclass. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this particular masterclass, and thank you so much for listening to me by every single time. And I hope I have covered all the questions. If you still have some pending doubts and some question left, and if you still you want to talk to me, all right. So I'll attach my link, my Instagram link. You can reach out to me, ask me your questions. I'll come back again with another amazing guest or speaker to bring you a more clarity for sure. Meanwhile, have a great evening and see you in the Data Scientist Job Guarantee Batch.